Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and when I first moved out of my mom's house and I was living on my own and I had to go get my own groceries, I used to go to Costco. And I've never in my life spent like $300 or $200 in one store visit and walked out of the store wondering, where did I spend all that money? I don't see it. I've always felt like I walked out of the store with absolutely nothing, but I have become a lot better, So these days, I only spend between $200 to $250 to sometimes as much as $300 for the entire month. Now, I know people that when they hear this, they're like, yo, that's kind of crazy. That's no money. I need at least like $400 to $500. It's crazy, But in reality, if you actually think about it, here's a short list of what I want to tell you guys, okay? If you only have $300 would get you around 1,714 eggs. Obviously, you're not buying that much eggs, right? But that's how much it would actually get you. Chicken, it will get you actually 42 whole chickens, $300 for an entire month. Are you going to eat a whole chicken every month? And sometimes twice in a day? The answer is most likely you're not. It actually gets you 375 pounds of rice, 54 pounds of beef, and 150 pounds of apples. The idea to say that $300 or $250 is not a lot of money for food, the answer is it all depends on what you're actually buying. What you're buying is the most important factor. Now, if you guys don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm not going to be going to the supermarket in this video. It makes for great YouTube videos, great TV, but it's not necessary, okay? There'll be noise and camera. I'm kind of camera shy, so I'll tell you all the information you need right here on video. Now, the very first thing, guys, is you have to stop buying trash. Tommy, I don't buy trash. I buy what I need. Here's what I mean. When I used to go to Walmart and Costco and these grocery stores, I used to walk out of there with pancakes, cakes, mozzarella sticks, little mini tacos, French fries, this and that, yogurts and Diet Coke like crazy. The answer is a lot of what you buy are just garbage. They're things you don't need, but they're very easy to actually make. I remember once I bought pre-made plantains, and you guys don't know this, okay, but I'm Dominican, okay? So in Dominican culture, we make a lot of fried plantains. My mom would have been exceptionally disappointed with me because you literally bought them already fried, and all you need to do is basically put them in like the air fryer or whatever. It's kind of crazy stuff, okay? I even bought like pre-made fried chicken, which is kind of crazy. I like fried chicken. It wasn't like chicken. It was more like nuggets and like little tenders. But you buy all this stuff and you think like, hey, this is necessary. The answer is it's not necessary whatsoever. And it's very short-sighted because yes, it does save you time, but in the long term, it will cost you your health, and in the short term, it's going to cost you your wallet. That's why I don't recommend it. So overall, I stopped basically buying things that way. Instead, I want you guys to do this right now. Pause this video. If you're in the office, don't bother. But if you're at home, well, pause this video and go to your kitchen and look around all the processed things you actually have around your home. Do you have Eggos? You have little Greek yogurts and yogurt and this and that and Diet Coke and this drink and this Fiji and that and this. The answer is you don't need most of those things, okay? So that's what I'm saying here. When you actually think about what you're buying, you probably don't need it, and that's where you're spending so much money. Now tell me, what do I need then, right? The answer is, I learned this by being raised by a single mom. And my mom was raised by her mom, okay? Surprising stuff, right? But yeah, my mom was raised by her mom, and her mom had 10 kids. Now, you know what happens when you have 10 kids? You get very creative with what you're going to feed these kids. Now, they didn't eat the same exact thing every single day, but every single day they got the nutrients they actually needed. And when you actually think about it, what do people need to be alive and live healthy lives? Overall, it's going to be some carbs, some protein, some vitamins, some nutrients, and on top of that, water. Liquids, okay? And you'll be just fine. But I need this supplement and that supplement and this supplement. You probably don't. If you're getting your nutrition, like what you actually need from your foods, and they're actually whole foods, you don't actually need to get supplement this and supplement that. You're more than fine because the food is going to provide you with what you need. Now, you ever notice that when you go to a third world country Or you guys know that, countries have like national dishes, right? They have like a dish that represents the country in a way. Well, here in Dominican Republic, I actually found the national dish, and it's actually like beef, so that's meat, rice, so that's rice, beans, and basically like vegetables. Like you have the leafy stuff here and the tomatoes and like a potato down here. But that's basically it, okay? And it has basically everything you actually need in there. Now, am I just going to eat once a day? The answer is no. But remember, I gave you basically pounds and pounds and pounds of different things you could actually buy with just $300 to $200, okay? So when you're thinking that the money is just not enough, the answer is no. You're just not creative enough, and you actually just like to buy what you want to buy. Now, here's what I think can actually help you guys the most in a way, and also helps me in a lot of ways, is basically going online. This is gonna sound weird, but it works. Go online, even if you're single, even if you don't have any kids, and go online to one of these mom blogs, okay? These mom blogs that basically share menus to feed whole families on a budget have everything you absolutely need because they're so creative. And I actually recommend you actually get a menu. Tommy, my house is not a restaurant. Why do I need a menu? The answer is a menu liberates you. In what way, Tommy? Well, when you have a menu, you know exactly what you're going to be eating for the week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I have rice, beans, and chicken. And then Wednesdays and Fridays, I make this and that. And then Saturdays and Sundays, I make this and that. Or maybe Sundays, I like to go out to eat, or I like to basically buy food from outside. But you notice one main thing here. The one main thing is people are going to have to start cooking at home. And when you cook at home, you can cook for multiple days, but you're going to be eating the same thing in a way. But then you have freedom in a way, right? You know exactly what you're going to eat. You're not overspending a bunch of money. And you can actually be a lot healthier because the foods are actually whole foods and they're actually natural. So that helps you out a lot. So again, if this video seems like it's too simple, it's because it is. Because it doesn't need to be complicated. And at its core is, hey, cut the things you don't need. Know what you do need. And make a plan. So when you go to the grocery store, you're shopping for necessities. You're not stuck in the refrigerator aisle with all the frozen vegetables. And by the way, frozen vegetables are not bad. They're actually pretty good because it can speed up the process. But you consider all those things. But you're not buying like the Eggos and the pancakes and this sauce and that. And then you walk out and you're like, where'd all my money go? The answer is your money went on trash, okay? And again, remember, you can literally buy with $300 42 chickens. And by the way, there are a lot of ways to butcher your meat to make sure you can actually save a lot of money. And whenever you buy like little ham stuff, like for your kids or for yourself because you like ham sandwiches, that's very expensive per pound. So there might be better ways to actually get that meat because sliced meat is very expensive, okay? Consider that. But if you like, for example, chicken, you could buy a whole chicken. And now you don't just have chicken breasts, you have 2 legs, 2 wings, 2 breasts, 2 thighs, and all the other parts of the chicken, okay? So you get a lot more for your buck instead of just buying one part of the chicken overall. Now, I recommend that if you actually think it's actually interesting, you basically go on YouTube and you find more videos like this to actually help you with meal plans, actually help you with how to slice meat, help you with how to cook, because a lot of people don't even know how to cook, okay? So these are all very important things to actually consider. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video saves you a lot of money and you can actually still eat fine knowing that, hey, I'm saving money, but I'm still getting the nutrients I actually need. See you guys next time. Peace. Long-term team out.